Hello out there, we're on the air, and finally it is a main race day today in Little Penny, California. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway for stop number 8 of the 2024 Winston All-American Series, the SuperFlo Showdown. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we once again welcome you to the track with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network. And from high in the sky in the track's press box, my name is Trey Wright for the NASRN. 70 laps are on the docket for today's race around this half-mile tri-oval here in Little Penny, California, marking the midway point through the inaugural season of the WAS. Yes, there are only 3 corners at this track, but each of them more technical than the other, and these guys are going to be bouncing all over the place here today around this little half-mile bullring in Little Penny, California. And what a day of racing it has been so far. We had the qualifying sessions earlier in the morning, then we had the LCQ, then we had the B-Main that saw Jana Fogelman go to Gatorade Victory Lane, really just for who would be in the bottom 30 in points. So Jana Fogelman will be receiving 31st place in points, and she didn't qualify to the LCQ. And a couple of those drivers were in that B-Main, being guys like Caleb Rose, Nathan Orman, and a couple of other drivers. But nonetheless, we'll take a look at your point standings down the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Nathan Orman still has the points lead coming into today. He's got a 23-point lead. No, it's actually if I can get it up here, 35-point lead over Juan Rodriguez. Rodriguez starts 17th on the grid here today. Then there is Roy Ribbleton, who is the odds-on favorite to take the points lead after today. If he keeps that safety clean car clean, he is 3rd in the point standings. Matthew Hubert, who is not in the A-Main here today, he is 4th in the points. John Andrews is in the A-Main. He is 5th in the points. Stover is in the show here today. So is Jim Vincent left, Riley Sampson, Danny Fallington, both of those guys in the show, but Caleb Rose, who fell 7 positions after his bad race at Thornton, he is now 10th in the points coming into today, and after that bad race in the B-Main of all races, he is going to fall like a proverbial rock after this one. But Eric Monaco and Toby Murphy make up row number 1. Before we get your full starting lineup, let's go down trackside the most famous words in motorsports to finally kick off this A-Main of the SuperFlo Showdown.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines roar to life here on the pit lane at Levi Strauss, all 42 engines roaring to life. Like we said, Monaco and Murphy start on row 1, Stapleton and Ribbleton row 2, Durrani and Stover row 3. So take a look at the rest of the starting lineup on the left-hand side of your screen, and we'll immediately transition into the race analysis. 70 laps around this half-mile bullring, no pit stops on the docket. It's all gas, a little bit of brake, and all chaos here as we finally get set to start the main event in the SuperFlo Showdown. Monaco and Murphy are through the restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are live from Levi Strauss. And John Andrews going upside down, a hellacious hit in the 55. Same with him and Kasumi Takashi. And the yellow flag is going to be out early on lap number 1. And it's the one car who led them back to the stripe. And just like in the B-Main and the LCQ, we are under the caution flag early for a hellacious hit for both Andrews and Takashi. Just barely saw that on the right-hand side of my screen with the wide shot there. Andrews going into the catch fence. But it looks like those are the only 2 cars who caused the accident. Eric Monaco leads, and this is probably going to be a view we're seeing a lot here today, the cars under the caution flag. But let's see what happened and bring out the first caution of the afternoon here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. So this was right off the start. You see Juan Rodriguez bombing into the inside of Kasumi Takashi. Takashi goes up the racetrack into John Andrews, and one heck of a hit there for both of those cars, as Andrews will go upside down in the Five Guys 55. And I tell you, Takashi has had a lot of violent wrecks so far this season, and Once again, she'll end up in the garage area. John Andrews as well. It's not been a good season so far for the 55, and he ends up on his lid, not even through the first corner. And ditto goes for the 62 of Takashi. Both of those drivers not even able to log a single turn before being taken out of this one. We'll replay this in real time, then get you back to the racing action here at Levi Strauss. Following with John Andrews in real time, a hard hit for the Five Guys machine, as he'll end up on his lid beside the 62 Dodge of Takashi. But Eric Monaco led them back to the caution flag. He will be your leader on the restart here after we clean up a violent wreck on lap number 1 of the SuperFlo Showdown. And we're back here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway, wrapping up the first caution of the afternoon. It was just Andrews and Takashi who will finish 29th and 30th. 28 cars remain on the track. All of them are on the lead lap. Your top 5 going back to the Reese's restart zone are Monaco, Murphy, Stapleton, Ribbleton, and Durrani. Green flag is back out in the air. Monaco goes up the hill. He'll barely hit the outside wall, and here comes Murphy with a hard charge in the Viagra Dodge. Down to the inside of the big red number 1. They've made it a green flag lap. That is a rarity as Stapleton now goes to the inside. Another hit in the outside wall for Monaco. He continues to fall like a rock in the one machine. He's got damage to both ends. Now on the other side, it's Stapleton who will get around Toby Murphy. Stapleton able to keep it off the outside wall. Ribbleton now up to 3rd. And we're clean so far. Stapleton to the point. Murphy right behind him. So we finally got a green flag run, and just as I say that, Stapleton gets on the outside wall. Murphy bombing it to the inside of the Sunoco 5. Roy Ribbleton making this a 3-car battle for the top spot as Stapleton continues to founder on that outside lane. He's going to ride up the hill again. He'll barely hit the wall. That'll make room for Brad Stover to take the final podium position away. Meanwhile, the 95 of Ribbleton to the back end of the 69 of Murphy. Murphy will hit the outside wall, and that'll be enough space. No, Ribbleton is going to still keep it on the outside. He'll lose that spot to the 98 of Brad Stover. Stover now just barely able to keep it off the wall as these guys continue to battle behind Toby Murphy. Murphy leading some of his first laps this season. We've got a crash, and it involves a couple of guys in the back. Ryan Durrani, who was up front at one point. And we got a second crash up in here, and it looks like Peter Rushwalski and Danny Fallington and Cole Sampson got knotted up in turn 1. So the caution is back out for the second time today on lap 70. We're 2/7 of the way through the race. And Toby Murphy, your leader right now. But it looks like a pretty big accident, including Juan Rodriguez, who is second in the points coming into today's race. All more of the reason for Roy Ribbleton to take this points lead away, or more of an opportunity for Ribbleton to take the points lead away. But Toby Murphy leads. Let's see what happened to bring out the second caution of the afternoon here in the SuperFlo Showdown. So this was the battle for 7th place, as Samat Ozkin is going to go 3 wide, and Durrani will slide up into the Keystone Light number 30, and will turn your Talladega winner into a rinse cycle, or spin cycle. Bianchi is just able to drive by in the 27, but Ozkin is not able to keep it straight as Tristan Rushwalski and Danny Fallington get caught up in this as well. Peter Rushwalski getting a tap, and there is where Juan Rodriguez was in it, getting into the back end of the 34 of Skylar Taylor. Brian Ferris gets a piece of the Keystone Light Dodge, and he's able to drive away. He'll get a piece off the Baskin-Robbins number 34 machine as well. But that was the accident up there. Now, let's see what happened. And Danny Fallington is going to go chop the 38, send both of those guys into the outside wall. I'm not sure what Fallington was angry about there, but decided to just turn both him and Peter Roszwalski into the outside retaining wall. And I think Durrani is going to come up on the 65. He's able to slow up just in the nick of time, but he's going to get in the back of that Visa 65, your Thornton winner from a couple of days ago. Just a little bit there, so some tempers flaring already on lap 14 between a couple of drivers. But nonetheless, this all started with the 30 and the 12 going sideways in turn 3. Following this in real time, Durrani going around in a hard shot for a lot of drivers there, creating a little bit of a logjam on that outside lane, and then finally Roszwalski and Fallington, the two brothers, getting into it. Durrani giving a little love tap there. They say racing's a family sport, and it looks like Riley Sampson was caught up in it as well. So, one set of brothers. We've got like 3 or 4 sets of brothers in this series, and I think at least one of them from all 4 sets got caught up in that accident. But Toby Murphy is your race leader. Let's see what he and everybody else can do on the restart here after we clean up caution number 2 at Levi Strauss. And we're back here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway, wrapping up the second caution of the day. Samat Ozkin, Juan Rodriguez, and Danny Fallington went to the garage area. 25 cars still on the track. 24 of them are on the lead lap. And going back to green flag, Murphy, Ribbleton, Stover, Mike Vincent Jr., and Eric Monaco, your top 5. Murphy hits the outside wall. Here comes Ribbleton to the inside to take the top position away. And it's a battle for third place between Stover and Vincent Jr. Now here comes Murphy bombing it to the inside. He's going to force Ribbleton. Nearly hits the outside wall. But Murphy's got that preferred inside lane. He is coming hard, and that's 69 machine. Mike Vincent Jr. making this a 3-car battle for the top spot. Oh, Murphy got through the corner a little too low, or a little too high, as both he and Ribbleton hit the outside wall and Stover. But it's Mike Vincent Jr. leading his first lap of the season. Now Murphy with a counterattack to the inside of Vincent Jr. Side by side through turn 2 for the top position. Murphy trying to slide it in there. He's got the inside lane, but he's going to go a little bit up the track. He'll barely scrape the outside wall. Meanwhile, Roy Ribbleton is faltering in that 95. He is falling like a rock. We got some contact in the back as the caution flag is out, and it's a wad up in turn 3 again. Sandoval, Ferris Jr., Hartman, the other Fallington, Will Parrish. And it looks like Ryan Durrani was caught up in this, his second accident of the day. And the caution flag is back out at Levi Strauss here on lap number 23. Toby Murphy, who has led the majority of the laps here so far today, leading with less than 50 to go, but we're already under our 3rd caution of the afternoon. And it looks like that'll end Tyreek Hartman's day. Same with a couple of other drivers. But as Murphy leads, let's see what happened to bring out the 3rd caution of the day here at Levi Strauss. Another accident in turn 3. So it's another case of a car going wide through turn 2, and in that little short chute between turns 2 and 3, it turns down right as someone is sliding up the racetrack, and that's what happened with Tyreek Hartman and Will Parrish. And Hartman is going to go hard into the attenuator. He'll bounce back up the racetrack. Will Parrish will back it into the 18 machine, and then again, nowhere for anybody on the high lane to go. Sandoval, Donnie Fallington, Brian Ferris, and Cole Sampson all wadding it up there. In a 6-car accident, it's going to be 7 cars once Tristan Roszwalski will... Roszwalski is actually able to thread the needle there and get that Valvoline Pontiac slowed down just enough to where he's not involved in that. But it's a 6-car incident that puts us under the caution flag for the 3rd time today, and Tyreek Hartman taking the brunt of that damage. We'll follow along with him on the real-time replay, then get you back to the action here at Levi Strauss. Hartman going low and Parrish going high, and Hartman goes hard into the inside wall and collects 5 other cars with him, and that Band-Aid car is going to need a couple of Band-Aids to put the sheet metal back together, but his motor is also blown to pieces. So Hartman will join the other cars in the garage area. A tough break for your North Wilkesboro winner. But Toby Murphy led them back to the caution flag, so we'll see what he can do on the restart here, as we still have less than 50 laps to go from Levi Strauss. And we're back here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway, wrapping up our 3rd caution of the afternoon. It was just the 0-2 of Tyreek Hartman going to the garage area. 24 cars are on the track, 23 of them are on the lead lap. Skylar Taylor trying to catch up to the rest of the leaders. But it's Murphy, Vincent Jr., Stapleton, Harmon, and Stover, your top 5. A good jump for Murphy as the green flag is back out in the air. These guys got to be careful with Skylar Taylor being in the way in that 34. She is going to be a problem for these lead lap drivers. We'll see if she is able to get around here. There's a couple of cars going in the inside wall, and for the race lead, Vincent Jr. to the inside of Toby Murphy. Nathan Stapleton thought about making it 3 wide, but thought better of it, and Vincent Jr. back out to the race lead. Oh, he's going to go up the hill and scrape the wall. That'll open the door for Murphy in the 69. Trying to thumb his way in there. He's to the quarter panel of Vincent Jr. at the line. Murphy with the preferred line as these two go back and forth. Now Vincent Jr. goes way up the hill and opens the door for Nathan Stapleton. It's been a rough start to the season for Stapleton. Seeing if he can turn things around. He's currently runs 2nd, but it is still Toby Murphy who is back out in front, has been the dominant car of the day so far. Stapleton goes high, he gets into Monaco, he's out of control, but he's able to save it. A fantastic save for the Indianapolis native as he fights with Monaco. He makes a little bit of contact with the one machine. Monaco in the outside wall, but they keep it straight for now, and that is a big for now. And just they say that the caution flag is out. That was Brian Ferris going around, and Cole Sampson will get into Sandoval. Sampson will end his day. Ferris will come around and he'll nick the 26. And it's caution number 4 of the afternoon. We've been able to get a couple of green flag stints in. And there's been good racing up front between Vincent Jr. and Murphy, but these cautions are really softening the pace of the race here. But nonetheless, it's Murphy who led them back to the start-finish line once again. He has led the most laps here today. Let's see what happened to Brian Ferris to bring out the 4th caution of the afternoon here at Levi Strauss. So this starts with Lucy and Bianchi getting out of the groove out of turn 1. Dylan Matthews gets into her, and Matthews chain reacts into the 73 of Brian Ferris. And I'll send that McDonald's Monte Carlo around. That'll trigger the yellow flag. But up here, oh boy, I cannot believe Cole Sampson and Sandoval did not hit the pit wall. Sampson is able to save it. These two were going at each other for the last couple of laps, and Sampson will just send it to the inside of Sandoval and will turn both the 26 and the 96 around. And that'll destroy both of those cars. It blows the motor on the AutoZone number 26. He's going to need to go to AutoZone after this. But a 3-car accident, or 2 separate accidents, one involving just the 73 and then the 96 and the 26, and then Brian Ferris will just come around and hit Cole Sampson. We'll see that in about 5 seconds. He'll take himself out of the race, just barely nicks the 26, but it's enough to put Brian Ferris in the garage area. We'll take a look at this accident in real time, again, get you back to the action here. It's been a fun one, but a chaotic one here at Levi Strauss. We start things off with Bianchi getting out of the groove. She gets into Matthews. Matthews gets into Ferris. He goes around. And these two going at one another, and it culminates in the 26 and the 96, ending each other's days. And Brian Ferris will just kamikaze into the 26 and we'll put him in the garage area. No harm, no foul. But Toby Murphy, like we said, led them back to the stripe. Let's see what he can do on the restart here as we approach the halfway point through the SuperFlo Showdown. And we're back here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. A nice little wide shot of the field going by. Brian Ferris and Cole Sampson, the only cars knocked out of that. 22 cars remain on the track. 21 of them are on the lead lap. Here, top 5 going back through the restart zone. Murphy, Vincent Jr., Stapleton, Ribbleton, and Monaco. Green flag back out in the air as we are at the halfway point through the race. 35 down, 35 laps to go, and hopefully, and just as I was about to say, let's try and have a caution-free race. Alex Lozano RKOs the rest of the field, and we are back under the yellow flag, and that'll end his day, Monaco's day, and everybody else. Caution number 5 of a very expensive race here as Eric Monaco is in the middle of the leaders coming back to the stripe. But they'll knock out at least 3 or 4 more cars, and we're back under the yellow flag. A lot of cars with a ton of front end damage as we have our second flip of the afternoon. But again, Murphy leads, and I believe he's locked up the most laps led in this race today with at least 35. And let's see what happened to Lozano, Monaco, and pretty much the back half of the field here for caution number 5 of the afternoon. So Monaco didn't get a good jump in the one car as Josh Harmon slides up in the big red machine, and he'll take out Owen Miles with him as both those cars are going to slide down the inside. Jim Vincent gets caught up as Harmon and Miles both get airborne in a lick of a shot there for Alex Lozano. He ends up on his lid. I'm sorry to tell Alex Lozano's family, but the Hans device could not work, and he was probably be liquefied if this was in real life. Peter Roshwalski and Bradley Ream also in the middle of that orgy of cars in turn 2. A 6-car accident puts us under the caution flag for the 5th time here today. A violent crash in turn 2. We'll ride along here with the 17 of Josh Harmon as he goes around, takes out Jim Vincent and Lozano with a car-stopping, physics-defying crash. He was the only one who was not able to drive away from the scene. But nonetheless, 5 more cars go into the garage area that'll thin the field just a little bit more. But after this, it is still Toby Murphy leading here at Levi Strauss. We'll see if we can get a caution-free end to the race, but I seriously doubt it. It's been a wild one, an expensive one. It's been the crash here in the SuperFlo Showdown. And we nearly missed the start there. But 3 more cars go into the garage area as we close in on 30 laps to go. Murphy, Vincent Jr., Stapleton, Ribbleton, and Stover, your top 5. Green flag back out in the air. Stapleton did not get a good start, but meanwhile, there's 17 cars left on the track, and just as I say that, Will Parrish goes around in the back. The caution is not out as Parrish was all by himself, but it's Murphy with a good jump in the 69. Brad Stover, meanwhile, getting held up by the 27 and the 34, and Roy Ribbleton has fallen a little bit off. He's beside Jim Vincent as we got a lot of cars going to the outside wall. That was Reggie Fogelman, who had a hard lick into the outside walls. They're 3 wide through turn 3. Jim Vincent hugging that 2 machine. They're going to be side by side again going through turn 1. They're all able to keep it straight for now. And just as I say that, Bianchi and Fogelman make contact. Bianchi will ride the Lightning through turn 3, but she'll keep it straight. Meanwhile, back in here, it's a 3-car breakaway for the race lead. Murphy, Stapleton, and Vincent Jr. leading with about 25 laps to go. Then it's the 95 of Ribbleton as Vincent Jr. nearly knocks down the outside wall. But finally, we've got a semi-nice green flag run going. Murphy will likely catch up to the 18. And everybody hitting that outside wall again as Roy Ribbleton is going to lose a lot of ground. He hits the outside wall, and Stover is going to go around with Sandoval. The caution will be out. Caution number 6 of the day. And Sandoval's day will end in the 96. Same with Brad Stover, who was one of the guys in the top 5 in points coming into today. And all these guys having issues plays exactly into the wheelhouse of Roy Ribbleton. Again, Ribbleton came into today 3rd in the point standings. Right now, he would be scored in 1st. And I think Jim Vincent Leff would be in 5th, or potentially be in 2nd. He came in today 7th of the points, about 135 points behind. But Murphy still continues to lead as we close in on 20 laps to go. We'll see what happened to Alex Sandoval to bring out the 6th caution of the day. It has been a touchdown of yellow flags at Levi Strauss. Well, all things must come to an end, and this green flag run was one of them. A couple of guys in the top 5 in points getting squared up there as Stover got squirrely with Sandoval, and that push from Fogelman turned both those cars hard in the outside wall. Bianchi will come in and make this a 3-car accident in the 27. Just gives a little love kiss to the 98 of Stover. No harm, no foul. And Rashwalski, another close call there for the 82 machine. He's had a bunch of those here tonight. But it looks like Stover and Sandoval will likely be the only casualties from this accident. A 3-car accident puts us under the 6th caution flag of the afternoon here at Levi Strauss. 3 wide off the corner could not work, and both Stover and Sandoval found out the hard way. Stover getting punched in the mouth there by Bianchi under the caution flag, and again, it looks like it'll be the 98 and the 96 who end up in the garage area after this one. But same song, 7th verse. Toby Murphy led them back to the stripe. We'll see if he's able to retain his lead here on the restart at Levi Strauss. We're back here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. Caution number 6 is wrapping up, and it was only Alex Sandoval going to the garage area. 16 cars remain on the track, 15 of them on the lead lap. Murphy, Stapleton, Vincent Jr., Vincent Leff, and Fogelman, your top 5, going back to the green flag. 19 laps to go. We'll see if we can keep them clean and green. As Stapleton with a charge to the inside of Toby Murphy. Side by side at the stripe. Stapleton will have the preferred line, but he's going to get a little loose to the corner. Vincent Jr. makes this a 3-car battle for the race lead. Murphy trying to go around the high lane, but I think he's going to lose both 1st and 2nd. Vincent Jr. now dives to the inside as Stapleton goes up the hill. Stapleton now out in front. Vincent Jr. in 2nd, but here comes that Black & Decker number 33 Pontiac to the inside. He'll bomb it to the inside of Stapleton. Both those cars on the outside wall. He gets into Vincent Leff. Vincent Leff is able to save it, and Toby Murphy back to the 1st position. Ryan Durrani in the outside wall, but he is able to save it. We stay green. Toby Murphy has really had a lot of good luck in front of him. The racing gods have been shining on that 69 machine, but he has got to hold off a hard-charging Mike Vincent Jr. for the next 14 laps. A clean lap there for the 69 machine, same for the 33. Still under the green flag, Vincent Jr. right on the back bumper of that 69 Viagra car. Closing in on the final 10 laps here in a chaotic race at Levi Strauss, and Toby Murphy looking to hold off Mike Vincent Jr. been a good run for a lot of these guys, and a good run for Jim Vincent Leff as well. He'll take second in the points, no doubt. I don't know about Roy Ribbleton. Actually, Roy Ribbleton will 100% take the points lead. After this, he is currently rocking that 5th position, but got the Jaws theme playing with 10 laps to go. Mike Vincent Jr. has a little bit of an edge. Oh, Murphy's going to go up the hill. Here comes Vincent Jr. to the inside. Meanwhile, Vincent Leff is up to 3rd. Jim Vincent Leff is the fastest car on the track. We'll expect this to be a 3-car battle for the race lead as Vincent Jr. gets into Toby Murphy. Vincent Leff has been saving his stuff, and he does not have a whole lot of damage in that Go Bowling number 90 with under 10 laps to go. Murphy trying to set up a counterattack, but it goes wide through the corner. Vincent Jr. hard on the outside wall, and that'll open the door for Vincent Leff. Vincent Leff to the inside of Vincent Jr. Stapleton trying to make this a 4-car battle for the race lead, and the caution is back out. It's a 4-car accident. The leaders trying to get through here, and they will. Vincent Jr. led them back to the stripe, and it will likely be a 3-lap shootout to decide it here at Levi Strauss. We'll quickly take a look and see what happened to bring out the 7th caution of the afternoon. With the extra point is good, but Mike Vincent Jr. got that caution at the exact right time. Well needed there, because Jim Vincent Leff had a boatload of steam. But let's quickly review what happened in turn number 2 to bring out caution number 7 of the SuperFlo Showdown. Following with Riley Sampson, who was running in the 7th position at the moment of caution. He goes on the outside wall hard, slides down the racetrack into the path of Dylan Matthews, who was having a phenomenal race so far before getting caught up in this one. Reggie Fogelman trying to keep it out of the crash, but he's not going to get a whole lot of damage as of right now. He's just with the 10 machine. But meanwhile, here comes Will Parrish as the 44 comes down the racetrack, and Beyblade, let it rip for the 44 as he gets turned into a spin cycle, and Will Parrish will detonate that Dickey's Dodge. A massive crash. Skylar Taylor is just able to get by in the 34, but a 4-car accident puts us under the 7th yellow flag of the day. We'll take another look at this in real time, then get you back to the racing action here in a 3-lap shootout to decide the SuperFlo Showdown. Dylan Matthews took the brunt end of the damage in this caution flag. He and Riley Sampson go around. Fogelman not really involved in this, but a hard shot there from the 18 machine. It looks like Donnie Fallington was caught up in it as well, so a 5-car accident for the 7th caution. But a huge moment there for Vincent Jr. and Vincent Leff. A couple of V last names in the hunt for this win. But we'll get the caution, or the restart rather, with 3 laps to go. A dogfight for the ages here at Levi Strauss. And we're back here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway, cleaning up the 7th caution. Dylan Matthews and the 18 machine of Will Parrish, the only cars to go around. But lap traffic in front of Mike Vincent Jr., but it's him, Vincent Leff, Stapleton, Murphy, and Bradley Ream who are in contention to win this race. Green flag back out in the air. Riley Sampson is going to be a pick for these drivers on the restart, and Vincent Jr. is going to send the 10 up the hill. He'll go down to the inside, but Vincent Leff is able to get around him. Remember, green-white checkers are on. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. Can Vincent Leff catch the 33? He's going to go through the corner. Next flag ends the race Vincent left with a boatload of steam coming around to take the white flag. One more time around the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. Vincent Jr. goes up the hill. Here comes Vincent left to the inside. Side by side through turn 2. Going through turn number 3. Vincent left, had to get out of the gas at the stripe. Side by side, it's Vincent Jr. winning here as they crash behind him. I thought Vincent left was going to have that. He had the inside lane, but it's Vincent Jr. by 0.06 of a second. 58 1/1000ths of a second there for Mike Vincent Jr. taking this race win. What a race. What a finish. It was a little bit of a wreck fest there at the end or throughout the race, but nonetheless an incredible finish as we take a look at your standings. As actually, I gotta see this finish again because this was a phenomenal last lap turn of events. Right there at the stripe, the margin of victory. We'll go back to turn 3 because Vincent Jr. hit the outside wall. Vincent left to the inside. They're side by side, and Vincent left just had to barely get out of the gas, and Vincent Jr. able to make that high lane work, and right there, a dead heat at the line. Similar to Oregon a couple of races ago between Chris Reynolds and Alex Sandoval, but taking a look at your full standings, only 14 cars finished the race. 11 of them were on the lead lap, but it's Vincent Jr., Vincent left, Toby Murphy, Nathan Stapleton, Bradley Ream, Lucien Bianchi, who finished 6th going sideways in the 27 car, Ryan Durrani, Roy Ribbleton, and Donnie Fallington and Reggie Fogelman, your top 10. Roshwalski, Sampson, Stover, and Taylor, the rest of the cars to finish the race, and all the drivers, we had over half the field finish in the garage area. A total of 16 cars involved in accidents here today. But what a race today. Just a great race day here for all the fans. And shout out all the fans for sticking it out here with all the chaos. We had the qualifiers this morning, the LCQ, the B main, and finally in the late afternoon, the A main here at Levi Strauss. But nonetheless, it is Mike Vincent Jr. who is going to Gatorade Victory Lane here today. But that's going to do it here for the SuperFlo Showdown. Congratulations once again to Mike Vincent Jr. on his win here at Levi Strauss. And if you thought the action and the chaos were all here today, buckle up. We go back down south in the southeast at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Not the Super Speedway, the old intermediate track. Their race is like a Super Speedway. We are going to that version for the Hooters 300, one of 2 300-mile races this season. But that's going to wrap it up here. Once again, congratulations again to Mike Vincent Jr. on his win here, and that is all I've got. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network of the Winston All-American Series, and we'll see you in just a few days live from Hampton, Georgia for the Hooters 300. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after Race 8 of the 2024 season of the WAS, and from Little Penny, California, my name is Trey Wright. Have a good evening, folks.